Hey, Pokemon trainers, I'm Ash.
I'm Nick.
And we are here with Pokemon Go. We're talking about all the spoilers. We've seen everything coming out in this set. And honestly, number 12 it will confuse you. No, not really. I don't know what the 12th card is. Anyways, we're here with all the spoilers. We're going to discuss it, see if we find anything that we find interesting, and just kind of go through the list of cards. Would you like to start us off?
Yeah, I'd also like to let the message be known. I'm currently looking for a new co-host.
Except this is more so my show than yours.
Mutiny. Starting us out, we have the original Bulbasaur.
Vine Whip, Razor Leaf, nothing too big. Nick can't click the arrow, so it's all good.
There we go.
Next is Ivysaur with a Summoning Aroma for 1 grass energy to search your deck for up to 2 Pokemon, reveal them, and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. And Razor Leaf for 1 grass, 2 colorless for 60 damage.
We got the first of the final evolutions, Venusaur, with the ability Loopy Lasso. Once during your turn, you may flip a coin. If heads, switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with their active Pokemon, and the new active Pokemon is now asleep and poisoned.
That's fun.
Then for double grass, double colorless, Solar Beam for 130 damage.
Wait, hold. That doesn't even. Yeah, you can just have that on your bench and just boss's order for free. That's kind of cool.
50-50 boss's orders.
But also asleep and poisoned, which is a nice little benefit. And then lastly, the cool thing that we've seen come out of this is we're getting radiant forms of all the start final forms. So first and foremost, we have Radiant Venusaur with the ability Sunny Bloom. Once at the end of your turn, after you attack, you may use this ability. Draw cards until you have 4 cards in your hand. And then also it has the attack for 2 grass, 1 colorless, Pollen Hazard. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned, confused, and poisoned.
I'm way more interested in the Sunny Bloom after your attack.
Yeah, that's because your turn ends once you attack. So that's just like
that is rewriting the rules. And again, that doesn't require it to be active, so it's another and it's a basic. So you can have it sitting on the bench and say attack, draw 4. Moves into our first V Alolan Executor V. For single grass Growing Tail, flip a coin. If heads, search your deck for up to 5 grass energy and attach them to your Pokemon any way you like. For triple colorless Head Swing, this attack does 30 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon for each grass energy attached to this Pokemon.
That's a little, not necessarily subpar, but for just a V, I don't know. I would hope for something a little stronger. Yeah. I'm definitely glad to see a Alolan Executor V though, because I remember when it was first introduced, half the time you wouldn't be able to see its head because it was just being cut off by the top of your phone. Good times. And so next we have Charmander with its attack for a single fire energy, Tail on Fire. Search your deck for a fire energy card and attach it to this Pokemon, then shuffle your deck.
Next up, Charmeleon. Fire to colorless, scratch for 30, or double fire, double colorless, flamethrower, 100 damage. Discard a fire energy attached to this Pokemon.
And then lastly, of course, the big man himself, Charizard, with the ability Burn Brightly. Each basic fire energy attached to your Pokemon provides 2 fire energy. You can apply more than 1 Burn Brightly ability at a time. And then has the attack Flare Blitz for 170 damage. Discard all energy cards from this Pokemon.
Oh, fire energy.
All fire energy. Yes. I mean, are you going to be playing anything else other than fire energy with this, especially with that ability?
Double colorless? Triple color?
I know, but you only have to play 2 fire energy.
Fair. Anyways, the next are the Radiants. Radiant Charizard. Excited Heart. This Pokemon's attacks cost generic less for each prize card your opponent has taken.
Yo.
And then for a single fire and 4 colorless, Combustion Blast, 250 damage. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't use Combustion Blast.
Yeah, excuse me, I'm just gonna revenge kill real quick. Just with that's good. And then one of our favorite birds, Flamey Bird, Moltres, has the ability Flame Symbol. Your basic fire Pokemon's attacks, except for any Moltres, do 10 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon before applying weakness and resistance, and then has the attack Fire Wing for 2 fire and 1 colorless, does 110 damage. Not bad.
Yeah. Next up, we got the Squirtle Water Gun, 20 damage.
Next is War Turtle Water Gun, 30 damage for single water energy, and Hydro Pump for 3 colorless. This attack does 10 more damage for each water energy attached to this Pokemon.
Finishing out the trio, Blastoise with the ability of Vitality Spring. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 6 energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. Then shuffle your deck. If you use this ability, your turn ends. And then for quadruple colorless, Hydro Pump 90+, this attack does 30 more damage for each water and energy attached to this Pokemon.
Not bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, Radiant Blastoise. With the ability Pump Shot, you may discard a water energy from your hand in order to use this ability. Once during your turn, you may put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Inteleon 2.0, anyone?
Yeah.
And then it also has the attack for 2 water energy, 1 colorless, Torrential Cannon, for 170 damage. And during your next turn, this Pokemon can't use Torrential Cannon.
So it's probably going to speed through the next few of these just because they are, it's a Magikarp. For a colorless lively grouping, search your deck for any number of Magikarp, reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle. Or for double colors, Raging Fin, 10+, stack does 30 more damage for each Magikarp and Gyarados in your discard pile.
And then, of course, Gyarados. For 1 colorless, Wreck Havoc. Flip a coin until you get tails. For each head, discard the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. I love that. And its second attack, Wild Splash, for 2 water, 2 colorless. Discard the top 5 cards of your deck for 230 damage. Not bad.
Yeah, that first attack alone almost makes me want to do something with it.
Yeah, it's just the until you get heads part. If you immediately get heads, it's just like, oh, boo.
Articuno, Ice Symbol, your basic water Pokemon attacks except Articuno do 10 more damage. Your opponents, I believe all 3 birds are probably going to have the...
It looks like it.
Yeah. And then double water and a colorless for Freezing Wind, 110 damage.
Yeah, I think they're pretty much all just...
I think they're clones of each other, just with the type changing, obviously, for which Pokemon it is.
One of my roommate's favorites Pokemon, Wimpod. With the ability Punk Out. If your opponent has any Pokemon V in play, this Pokemon has no retreat cost, and also has the attack Gnaw for 1 water energy for 10 whole damage.
So we got Galiciapod. First impression, 20+. If this Pokemon moves to your bench from your bench to the active spot this turn, this attack does 90 more damage, and then water and double colorless slash for 100 damage.
Of course, the face of Pokemon, Pikachu. For the attack, Buddy Bolt, 1 electric, 2 colorless. If you played a supporter card from your hand during this turn, this attack does 30 more damage on the base 30. It does, so.
And then we have Pikachu, but with a hat. It has Wild Charge. 3 energy for 90 damage. It also deals 30 to itself.
And then, of course, the last of the legendary trio, as far as birds go, Zapdos, Lightning Symbol, again, same deal. Electric Ball, 110 damage. Same deal.
We got Mewtwo V. There has to be a Mewtwo in a Pokemon Go set. For 2 energy, Super Psybolt for 50 damage, or 3 energy, Transfer Break 160 movement energy from this Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon.
I mean, he was the big one when they first started doing raids and everything, or legendary raids. And then, of course, Mewtwo V-Star. Psypurge is its basic attack. It does discard up to 3 psychic energy from your Pokemon. This attack does 90 damage for each card you discarded in this way. So, it doesn't even specify this Pokemon. Mm-hmm. It just says your Pokemon.
Yeah, discard from your Pokemon.
So you could essentially, Tail Glow Cresselia to get the 3 psychic energy and do it that way.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually kind of cool. And then it has the V-Star power attack, Star Raid, for 1 psychic and colorless. This attack does 120 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon V. Gross.
That could be dangerous. Depending on how a match is turning, if your opponent's has a couple of benched Pokemon Vs sitting with some damage on them, one Star Raid could very quickly end a game.
I know Jolteon VMAX would love that too.
Next up we have, I believe there was the legendary unique to go when it first came out, Meltan. For 2 energy, Thunder Shock. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned and also deals 20 damage.
And then Meltan's evolution, Melmetal. For 2 colorless, Headbutt, 60 damage. Or Swinging Smash for 1 metal and 2 colorless, does 30 base damage. And then flip 2 coins. This attack does 90 more damage for each heads.
Then Melmetal V. For 2 metal, Arm Charge. You may attach a metal energy from your hand to this Pokemon. 50 damage. And then for triple metal, Mega Punch for 140.
And then Melmetal VMAX, rather than V-Star. I'm actually kind of surprised to see that one. G-Max Juggernaut. This attack does 60 more damage for each extra metal energy attached to this Pokemon. In addition to this attack's cost, you can't add more than 120 damage in this way. So you would need 5 metal energy attached to him.
5 energy for 280 is okay.
Not awful, especially with all the ways to get metal energy.
Yeah. And I do believe that V just had its first attack being attach a metal energy to it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, moving on. Chansey. Delicious Egg, heal 30 damage from one of your bench Pokemon. Or double colorless, Gentle Slap for 30.
That is a gentle slap. Blissey actually having a really cute art featuring it being in charge of one of the gyms. Mm-hmm. With the attack Enriching Egg, heal all damage from one of your bench Pokemon for 1 colorless, or Zen Headbutt for 3 colorless to do 100 damage.
Next up, we have Ditto. Sudden Transformation. This Pokemon can use the attacks of any basic Pokemon in your discard pile except for Pokemon with a rule box. You still need to have necessary energy for it. I think, is this going to be the Ditto that's going to be hiding underneath all of the...
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, we're hoping to see this Ditto a lot just because of the fun new mechanic they're introducing with it, mm-hmm. where it's actually going to have be a sticker, and you'll be able to know if it's a Ditto or not because it'll have the little Ditto symbol at the bottom. But going on next, we have Eevee with the attack for 1 colorless, Whiny Voice. Choose a random card from your opponent's hand. Your opponent reveals that card and shuffles it into their deck. Or 2 colorless for Tackle to do 20 damage.
Next up, we got our Snorlax. The ability Block. As long as Pokemon is in the active spot, your opponent's active Pokemon can't retreat.
Snorlax doing his job.
And then for quadruple colorless, Collapse. This Pokemon is now asleep.
Snorlax doing his job. Doing what he's done best for the past 26 years now.
Yeah.
Next, we have Apom with the attack Bustle for 1 colorless. Flip a coin. If heads during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage and effects of attacks done to this Pokemon. And then Slap for 3 colorless to do 30.
Then we got Apom. The ability Primate Dexterity.
You want to try that again?
Apom.
That is not Apom.
Apom.
Ambipom?
Apom.
Apom does not evolve into Apom.
Apom. If any damage is done to this Pokemon by attack, slip a coin. If heads, prevent that damage. And then for single color's energy, Full Tilt Fling. Flip a coin for each energy attached to this Pokemon. This attack does 60 damage for each heads.
What Pokemon is that?
It's a Bidoof.
So it's not an Apom.
Nope, that's a Bidoof.
Okay. The next Pokemon is Bidoof with 3 colorless to do Take It Down for 50 damage. This also does 10 damage to itself.
And then we got Bibarel. Reassuring Dam. As long as this Pokemon is on your bench, cards in your deck can't be discarded by effects of your opponent's attacks. Abilities, item cards, or supporter cards. And then for triple colors, Hammer In for 80 damage.
Which, hilariously, it seems like there's been a fair few cards lately where that actually, that Bibarel might see some play just because people are making you discard from your deck.
Yeah.
Anyways, next we have the 3 main, the trio of leaders from Pokemon Go. Yep. Blanche, draw 2 cards. If you drew any cards this way, flip a coin. If heads, attach a water energy card from your discard pile to one of your benched Pokemon.
I'm going to skip through real fast because Candela and Spark are the exact same, except for their respective elements.
Fire and electric, yeah.
So instead, we will go to the Lure module. Each player reveals the top 3 cards of their deck and puts all Pokemon they find into their hand, then shuffles the other cards back into the deck.
And then next is the Pokestop. Once during each player's turn, that player may discard 3 cards from the top of their deck. If a player discarded any item cards this way, they put those item cards into their hands. And this is a stadium. That's actually a really fun stadium.
Yeah. And then now we are, I need to scroll down real fast, I apologize, into the cards that have not yet been translated into English. These are the Japanese cards that were just revealed coming out in Pokemon Go. Starting us out with Spinarak. For single grass energy, Poison Sting, 10 damage, flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned.
And it's Evolution Ariados. For 1 colorless, Poison Thread Binding, 20 damage, flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned and paralyzed. Also has the second attack, Absorb, for 1 grass and colorless to do 50 damage and heal 50 damage from this Pokemon.
Next up, we got Numel for slight mistranslation there, for a fire and a colorless tackle for 20 damage. Or for double fire and a colorless stomp, 50 damage, flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 50 more damage.
And then, And then it's Evolution, Dummel.
Yeah. Makes sense to me.
It's actual Evolution, Camerupt. With the first attack, Split Bomb for 1 fire and 1 colorless. This attack does 50 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. Don't apply weakness or resistance to bench Pokemon. And then the second attack, Heat Blast, for 2 fire and 1 colorless to do 120 damage.
Next up, we got Slowpoke. For colorless, hold still, heal 30 damage from it. Or for a water, Fishing Day, put an item card from your discard pile into your hand.
I want to have a fishing day.
We have a lake or a river by the house.
I don't trust that river.
That's fair.
Next is the Evolution Slowbro. For 1 colorless, Spinning Tackle to do 20 damage. Both active Pokemon are now asleep. And the secondary attack for 2 colorless, Twilight Flash. This attack can only be used if your opponent has 1 prize card remaining. Take 2 prize cards. Just not even damage. Just take 2 prize cards.
We got Lapras. For single water, Ice Beam, 20 damage, flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. And for double water and a colorless Surf for 110 damage.
We have the Borb, not 2. For 1 colorless Nap, heal 20 damage from this Pokemon, or 1 psychic and 1 colorless to do Peck for 20 damage.
Next up, we got Xatu. For a single psychic, Pinpoint Wave. This attack does 90 damage to 1 of your opponent's Pokemon V. Don't apply weaknesses or resistance for this damage. And for a second and a colorless, Psychic Trip. 50 damage, your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused.
After that, we have Lunatone. It has the first attack Cycle Draw, requiring 1 psychic energy. Discard a card from your hand. If you do, draw 3 cards. And the secondary attack, Lunar Kinesis, for 3 colorless to do 30 plus damage. This attack does 30 more damage for each psychic energy attached to it.
Going up, we got Sylveon. First attack for psychic energy, Souvenir. Search your deck for up to 2 cards and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Or for triple colorless Miracle Flash, 90 plus damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon is a Dragon Pokemon, this attack does 90 more damage.
The original Dragon Killer, Sylveon. Onyx, for Rock Tomb for 3 colorless, 50 damage. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. Or Wrathful Swing for 2 fighting and 2 colorless to do 50 times damage. This attack does 50 damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon.
I almost wanted to see if I can figure out a way to get 11 damage counters on an Onyx just for the sheer stupidity of doing 11 times 50 damage.
Yeah, I'm just going to do 550 damage. Yeah. Good luck.
Parry this, you casual. We got Larvitar. For a single colors, Rock Smash, 10 plus damage, flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 10 more damage.
Of course, being the Evolution, Pupitar. For 1 colorless energy, Crashing Bullet, 20 damage. This attack also does 20 damage to each benched Pokemon. Yours and your opponent's. Keep that in mind. And then also has the secondary tackle for 1 fighting, 2 colorless to do 70 damage.
Next up, we got Solrock. With the ability Solar Energy, once during your turn, you may attach a Psychic Energy card from your hand to your discard pile, or from your discard pile to one of your Lunatone. Fighting in a colorless spinning attack, 50 damage.
Hold up. I want to just go back to the Pupitar real quick. Gape Draw Bog.
Yep.
Gape Draw Bog on a Pokemon.
Yep.
Midchamp loves this.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. And then next we have Conkeldurr V, one of the most ferocious fighting types in the game. With the attack for 1 fighting energy counter, 20 plus damage. If this Pokemon was damaged by an attack during your opponent's last turn, this attack does that much more damage. Which sounds fun to be like a revenge buster.
Yeah.
And then it has the secondary attack, Dynamic Punch, for 1 fighting, 2 colorless, to do 90 plus damage. Flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 90 more damage, and your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. I feel like if anyone's playing that, they're playing it for the first attack, not the second.
Yeah. That feels like if you can get it to survive an attack, it's just going to turn around and take a very quick prize. So we got Alolan Rattata. For 2 colorless Hyper Fang, 50 damage. Flip a coin. If tails, this attack does nothing.
And the chunky boy that evolves from Alolan Rattata is Alolan Raticate. With a first attack for 1 dark energy. Chase up, search your deck for a card and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Or the secondary attack for 3 colorless, Super Fang. Put damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon until it hits 10 HP. That's fun.
Go ahead. Let's just scroll. Hello? There we go. Tyranitar. For 2 colorless Crash Rampage, 10 times damage. This attack does 10 damage more for each damage counter on each of your benched Pokemon.
Oh, hello.
And then for double dark and double colorless, Earthquake, 180 damage. This attack also does 20 damage to each of your benched Pokemon.
That's fun. We have Steelix next. For 3 colorless, Body Slam, 70 damage. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. And for 1 metal, 3 colorless, Iron Buster, 170 damage. During your next turn, this Pokemon can attack.
Okay. Then we got Dragonite V. For a Water and a Lightning. Hyper Beam, 60 damage. Discard an energy card attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Or for Water, Lightning, and Colorless Tail, or Buster Tail, for 160 damage.
Please note, this is not the same Dragonite V that was printed in Evolving Skies. This is a new one. I don't know. I kind of like that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then it also has Dragonite V-Star. It has the attack Ultimate Impact for 1 water, 1 electric, and 2 colorless energy. Does 250 damage. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't use Ultimate Impact. Or it has the attack Star Dragon for a single colorless energy. Look at the top 12 cards of your deck. You may attach any lightning or a water energy you find there to your Pokemon in any way you like. Then shuffle the remaining cards into your deck. That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm saying a lot of cards are fun, but...
Mm-hmm. I mean, top 12 is basically a fifth of your deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than, because you have to take out prizes.
Yeah, prizes and your initial draw, so...
Mm-hmm.
Probably close to a third at that point. Anyways, Slacking V has the ability Lazy. This Pokemon can attack if you have 6, 4, or 2 prizes remaining. And then for Quadruple Colorless Heavy Impact, 260 damage.
That sounds about right for slacking. Next we have Pidove. For 1 colorless, Growl. Attacks of the defending Pokemon do 20 less damage during your opponent's next turn. Or Flap for 2 colorless to do 20 damage.
We got the evolution Tranquil. For our colors, Aerial Ace, 20 damage. Flip a coin. If heads, attack does 20 more. Or for double colors, Flap for 30 damage.
And then lastly, we have Unpheasant. For 1 colorless, Gust, 30 damage. Or for 2 colorless, Hurricane Wing. Flip 4 coins. This attack does 70 damage times the number of heads. Has the potential to be good if you can get all heads.
Yeah. And then we have the Egg Incubator, which is an item. Flip a coin. If heads, search your deck for a basic Pokemon and play it on your bench, and then shuffle your deck. If tails, put this card on the bottom of your deck instead of discarding it. And then
it looks like the finishing out the set is going to be Rare Candy. We've already seen this printed. I'm glad to see it's reprinted because I think it was about to rotate out. It's going to be rotating out here before it was just revealed, so glad to see a reprint.
Yeah. I'm going to hope that it gets another reprint in larger sets because Pokemon Go is a specialty set.
But at the very least, it still has the symbol, so that means
true.
You can still use your older versions.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, this is a fun set. I know there's going to be some additional cards that we didn't discuss. Secret rares. We know that there's going to be full arts of the Go leaders. There's Radiant Eevee. I think there was another Radiant or two hiding in there that we did not have on this article.
Yeah.
But it's a small set, but it has potential. Like Kunkel Derby is the one I've been looking at a lot, if just because it goes really well with Machamp. Tyranitar and Pupitar now go very well with Machamp as well. All in all, it's not a bad set. It's kind of it's a Go set.
Yeah.
It's the Go set,
Yep.
and it fits the name very well, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think everything I've seen in this set is exactly what I'd expect out of a set named Pokemon Go, and it's exactly what I'd hope for.
Yeah, and then of course July 1st is when this set will officially release. We're getting pretty much the whole 9 yards. We're getting ETBs, we're getting pin collections with the leaders, which I know you're going to immediately snatch because you love your pins. We're getting a special collection that has the Radiant Eevee in it. I believe there was like 2 or 3 more items coming with it, and I can't remember all of them.
Like one of the ones is there's a premium deck holder featuring Dragonite, as well as I believe, the pin collections featuring the leader, and then it has each of these starters in them as well.
Oh, okay. Oh wait, no, this is a different pin collection.
Oh.
Because there was the original pin collection with the leaders, and now there's looks like an additional a pin collection that has each of the starters with the starter as in pin form. So another thing you're gonna immediately buy.
Yep.
But yeah, no, it's a fun set. Just remember, typically you aren't able to buy packs individually. They come in all the things that they come in. That's just generally how Pokemon handles their specialty sets. Not to say people won't be selling the packs individually. People like skirting around rules like that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to July with that. I know we have other things looking forward to in July. I believe we're seeing the Calyrex decks come out in July.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see what those play like.
I also believe we're supposed to get the updated Trainer's Toolkit that's supposed to be featuring Luminion.
Yep.
So yeah, lots of things to look forward to in July. But of course, that's starting us off strong right on the 1st.
Yeah, about, was it 19 days from now as of recording?
It sounds right. It's going to be a long 19 days.
Oh, yeah.
But as always, I'm Ash.
I'm Nick.
And we'll catch you next time.